friend, welcome to my channel. I'm Lindsay from Flourishing Mama, and this is week 4 of our Proverbs 31 Bible study. This week we're moving into verse 15, which says, She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. When I first read this verse, my thought was, oh wow, maiden, so she has servants to take care of her house. Unfortunately, though, that's not the point of the verse. The point is that a virtuous woman enjoys taking care of her family and others. And she doesn't lay in bed all day because she knows that it's her job to take care of her house and prepare her household for the day. Now, there are some people in this world who are morning people and they love to get up early and they thrive early in the day. I am not that person. I like to stay up late and I like to be alone in my house late at night when it's quiet. And that's my peaceful time of day. However, the writer of Proverbs 31 says that the virtuous woman who cares more about her family than her own desires, and she's able to rise up early to take care of her family and her household because she didn't stay up late the night before. So I looked up, like I've been doing as we've gone through this chapter, I looked up Matthew Henry's commentary on Proverbs chapter 31. And I laughed a little because this was what he said, that the virtuous woman is not someone who sits up playing at cards or dancing till midnight, till morning, and then lies in bed till noon. And to me, that was just funny because when he would have written this, that was probably something that, a vain or foolish woman would do, would be to play cards and things all day. And of course, I couldn't tell you the last time that I've stayed up all night dancing or playing cards. But what if we were to take that phrase and replace it with scrolling through Instagram and sending memes to her bestie all night long, or binge watching her favorite show on Netflix? And then when you put it into that kind of perspective, it changes just a little bit. And to me, that kind of hit a little close to home. So, but we do live in a time now where our lifestyles are very different. Back in those times, they generally would have gone to bed at dusk and gotten up at dawn. There were very few things that they could do during the night. They did have lights, of course, but it wasn't like we have today where a room would have been fully lit from the light. And so many times they did just go to bed at dark, and they worked in the fields. They worked, hard labor jobs. And so they would go to bed early and get up early. And that's not necessarily the life that we live. But the point of this for us as modern women is that we should be willing to put aside our own personal preferences to take care of our family, that we should be willing to put aside our own comfort sometimes to take care of them. That may mean that you go to bed a little earlier, or it may mean getting up a little earlier. It means putting the needs of your family before your own. When you have a family, you have to learn that your love for them is greater than your love for bed. And I know that that sounds really silly, but there are times in our lives when we do let little silly things that we enjoy, my own personal preferences, come before taking care of the needs of my family. And while that may seem in our modern age, that is more accepted. We live in kind of a me first society. You have to fill your own cup first and take care of yourself first. And I have to take care of me before I can take care of them, and I matter and all. And it's not that all those things are not true in their own way, but when we become mothers, when God gives us a family, we are called to make sacrifices for our family and to put their needs ahead of our own. As someone who I really do enjoy staying up late, it's starting to get late as I'm making this video for you right now, but I found these verses to be convicting to me, to know that there are times when I am putting myself and my own personal feelings ahead of taking care of my family. And what if I was to go to bed earlier and get up earlier in the morning, but I had slept better and slept longer, and then my attitude would be improved throughout the day? I might not lose my temper so quickly. I might have more energy and feel like doing more things with my children. Those are all it's a trade-off that I could have, but sometimes I put my own selfish needs ahead of my family, and that's the trade-off. Um, as we are starting this new week, I would encourage you to pray and ask God to help you to see the areas where maybe you have been a little selfish. And for you, it may not be that you like to stay up late and sleep in. It may be something else for you. But all of us do have things that we struggle. We do have things that we like to do for ourselves. And now is a good time to look at your life, to ask the Lord to show you, is there a place in my life where I could do better and put my family first to make better use of my time? Whether it be, putting down my phone earlier, or, you know, turning off the TV, or, making my kids put their devices down and spend some time together. Whatever it is, ask the Lord this week to help you identify the things in your life that keep you from putting your family first and from spending time together with your family, and try to make that a priority this week. As moms, we are called to serve our families. And that is something that we have lost a little bit in our modern age. We don't really like the idea of service. We like the idea of having things done for us and convenience and ease. And those things aren't all necessarily bad on their own, but it sometimes makes us miss out on the blessing that God has given us through serving others. So when you recognize what your struggle is, where it is that you have started to maybe put your own selfish desires ahead of your family, ask God to help you to put them first this week, to put Him first, and to put your family first, and to take care of them. And I promise you that when we do that, the payoff in eternity will be greater, and it will bring greater peace and joy in our hearts. I hope you enjoyed this week's Bible study. I do have a Bible study template that you can use as we're going through this study, and I'll drop the link to that below. And also, if you don't subscribe over at flourishingmama.com, you can hop over there and get a free Bible study jumpstart to help you jumpstart your own quiet time every day with reading and prayer. And I hope that you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.